I feel food security should be taken in where the control vacuum. I know there will be farmers that own their farm and do their thing and produce issues, but purposely, for a state like ours, I feel we should go back to the old school of having farm centers.
Welcome to Topshot. This is Real African Stories.
Welcome to Topshot Real African Stories. My name is Ngozi Aduloji, your host. On this program, we preserve authentic voices, powerful experiences, and untold stories that shapes Africa and its people. Beyond titles and public image, we bring you honest conversation that inspire, educates, and creates powerful impression that lasts for ages.
Driven by purpose, inspired by service, committed to growth. This is a story of Honorable Rotimi Wemimo Akinsola, a leader cultivating hope, one opportunity at a time. As chairman of the Ondo State Agribusiness Empowerment Center, Honorable Rotimi Wemimo Akinsola has been shaping policies that connect people with opportunities and innovations. He has made agriculture more than an occupation. His mission is simply to transform life. From smart farming and agribusiness to youth empowerment and food security, his vision is to build a stronger agricultural future for Ondo State. His leadership has inspired programs that empower farmers, support women and young entrepreneurs, and unlock the economic potentials of communities.
Well, I started my early life in Okitiwokpa. I was there till I was 7 years old when my father came to take me up to stay with him. Strictly, I went to Mayflower Junior School in Ikede under the tutorship of Sir Padi Arikawe, who was under Tai Sholani, secondary school and junior school. After the junior school, I went to the secondary school. I was there till I was in Form 3. My father sent me abroad to Campbell College, Belfast. I was there up to my A levels. Well, now I moved down to Suffolk University. I went to Sheila International University to do political science, international relations, political economics. After that, I went to Suffolk University to do strategic studies and the theory of games. After that, I took a job in the States. I was there for a while, then ran a private business. Then I came back to Nigeria to help. My father runs what they call WEMS International. 6 months after, he was also into politics. He got assassinated 6 months after I came in. I was left with a heavy responsibility as a first child. I had 11 siblings. I have to take care of them. I was the only one who has actually passed through school. But God helped us with everything he left behind. We were able to actually move on from there. He was a young man, he was 57, but he was larger than life. He was well known here in the state. He was first of all, the director of Agric in Papa Jackson's government. He was in UPN for a now moved to MPN, senatorial candidate for South. And later he became the chairman of NRC in the old Ondo State. He was popularly known as Gogo. And any of those people in his generation, that name will sound familiar to them. Wemimo Akinsola is his name. It was a great influence on me with his senior brother, Chief Olu Jones Omokuajo, who was a Minister of Agric in the First Republic in the Western region under the Akintola's administration. That's where I got my first understanding of Agric, because he came to live with us in Lagos after a while. He was a vegetarian. That's my father's brother. He was telling me a lot about livestock and agri, and that's where I took my first job. But I never studied agri. But it's always been love, man, because when I was in Mayflower, we practically did everything ourselves. Plant our own corn, harvest our own corn, turn the corn into pap. And in secondary school, we have so many societies which are part of our education: piggery society, electrical society, bricklaying. We have all kinds of stuff. Even if you pass your academic records, you still have to do well in those societies for you to get promoted. And so those are the early disciplines I had before I went abroad. And while I was abroad, I went to a boys only school. Campbell College is a private, what we call public school. In Nigeria, we call it private. But in England, we call it public schools. I did my O levels and A levels, like I said, and I proceed on to higher studies. When I came back, I was working with my father on his company. And I started, after a while, when we lost him, I diverted to create another company called Wemimo, which is actually a high drive supply of agricultural goods. Mostly we dealt in rice and dry products, but mostly in rice. I was supplying rice to Ondo State Investment Corporation under the leadership of Chief Akinsola, who was in charge of Ondo State Investment Corporation in Nagagu's administration. And during Miracles and later Katie, I was in Akotobo cultivating land to actually start a rice project. We had a lot of kickbacks with the communities around them. All things leading to all things, I ended up here. I felt food security should be taken in where the control vacuum. I know there will be farmers that own their farm and do their thing and produce issues, but purposely, for a state like ours, I feel we should go back to the old school of having farm centers, with probably with modern touch, where we can actually do farming, livestock, processing, and marketing. The farmers live on ground, and we just produce everything that we need to produce from those senatorial farms. We have 3 senatorial districts, and each of them have peculiar soil, and they may be very close, but they have a competitive advantage in some crops. I think we should take advantage of those crops from each senatorial district and master them, have our people work, and have them being able to actually feed from whatever they produce, and then sell the rest to the outside state. I think it's the best way that we can actually manage food security and continue to actually hold that up. We should have reserves in there too. If you have enough food, we can have a reserve, furnace and all that stuff that we can actually come on a rainy day or sell. Another important thing to me is how we cultivate our land. Under this administration, we've been able to use the land as a buffer for insecurity. Like Mr. Governor said the other day during an interview with channels, we give a lot of land on the edges of the state for them to be able to protect our farmers in inwards. Because if the places are filled and the voids are filled with constructions and decent farms, it's very difficult for the insurgents to actually come into where there's no void. So we attract investors to come take land on the edges, the periphery edges of the state, so that we can have our farmers protected. Then the Amateku can do the internal work of making sure the local issues are solved and resolved. Talking of investors, once the investors come in here, and farmers as well, we should be able to purposely design for them to have equipment for them to be able to do their job. And I also believe in tractor zones, which buttress the senatorial farms. I'm not an advocate of buying tractors and lending tractors to farmers to pay. I think it's counterproductive. I think most of those tractors, after a while, we don't find them no more. And we're still looking for the people to come make payment. We should change from the old style and move to a new style where the private sector comes in with the help of the government, if the government is interested in putting the money into it, or it can be run by private sector. They come in, set up a tractor zones, which is also a training institute for the young generation to actually learn how to operate and fix these tractors. The idea is everybody is now online. You can call or go on internet and make a request for your farm to be cleared. They come for inspection and they do what they have to do, and they bring the equipment and do your job and go back and you pay. It's automatic. It doesn't give you any head over. It doesn't make you carry expenses that you don't want to carry about tractor. They will take care of that and make sure that the job is done at the right time. And I think it's going to be a game changer for us by the time we get to that level. Well, we do empowerment here. We try to bring them in, but I feel I was talking to the GM of the Radio Vision, Mr. Kenneth, that we should probably do a program called Why I Farm. This generation is a vision generation. They need to be encouraged to see farmers who are doing quite well. If you have a 30 minutes an hour program following farmers who are doing very successful in their work, and look at their lifestyle and go to their farm and see how they work, I think that will help a long way to actually see the new generation watching the program where they see successful farmers and their lifestyle. I think we attract them. Like here, what we do here is we have various programs, the Adiyero, the Enyero, the Ejaro, that brings in people to come and learn how to do poultry, how to do fishery, and all those things. When they go, they come here and learn for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, some 4 months. We expect them to have learned some certain things to move up on their own and create other things for them to be able to employ in their communities and empower the communities with what they learn from here. Our youth, the technology now in agriculture, which will attract them. Drone can be used in agriculture, computer. We have an irrigation system at the back here, which is automated. You can be anywhere in the world and give instructions for your irrigation to start operation. That gives you the level of water that you use, and you make sure that your crops are well taken care of. So there are quite a lot of things that they can come and learn and see that agriculture is not leaving the technology behind. They will really enjoy it. It's a very laudable business, and it's a profitable business, especially if you're in the agro-business side of it, where you add value to whatever you produce, and you can do packaging. It's quite a lot to be put. This place is called the Governor's Office. We're part of the Governor's Office. We're a little bit far away from the Governor's Office, but we work directly with His Excellency, and we take directly from His Excellency. We're an affiliate agency of Ministry of Agri, but we have independent issues that we work on. We have our own project, and we have our own budget that we do. Most farmers that come here are coming to add value to whatever they're producing, or to come learn the new techniques or how to do farming, new crops. We've been also in line with IITA Ibadan to make sure we learn, take a few students out there to learn on the new products in agriculture, new seeds, varieties, and stuff that we learn. And we also have ABCs, this is agro-business cities, where we have our own production. We do Gary, we have cattle there. That's where we do most of our chicken and the eggs. From our ABC, we have programs there in Ore, Ekpe, and Ishwada. This is where we train our people in most of these products. We think we've done quite well in passing up knowledge. And one thing here is, it's a business center. We have to make money and return money for everything we do. It's a private sector kind of an agency. So that's basically it. Managing mentality is a very this is a very prudent government. It's not like the way things used to run before. And a lot of people find it very difficult and start putting blame on people. I don't want to get into politics or things, but this government has been very prudent. And you have to account for whatever you're spending. They don't throw money at issues. That's why salaries are paid on time. Infrastructures money is being spent on. Some training that we do here. Like I said, whatever we do here, we have to make return money. So the old school of everything government gives you, nothing has to come back. It was a battle here to actually have that, make sure that we're running business here. We have to make profit. We have to be accountable for most things that we do. That gives you a lot of enemies because people are used to taking things and not bringing things back. If you enforce it, that this is a business, we have to be able to generate profit. I think in most cases, you start having a lot ahead. And it's good for you when you have your own team that you can actually bring in to actually assist in this level, like we do here. I have a few people I've brought in along myself to actually make sure we can run the operations we want to run the operations. See, success and failure are brothers. Failure has always been there, while success is a bullet to actually charge. It's like brightness and darkness. If the light goes off, it's dark. But there's some things that grow up in the dark as well that you don't open up on time. If it's dark, there's some growth that are very, very useful. So when the light comes, those things can be seen. Like most things, it happens in the dark. So if you haven't had a darkened experience, you cannot claim to be successful. I'm not going to be the only one who has been through business and haven't hit the rock and felt that this is not good. I'm not going to do this anymore. Of course, there are times that we struggled, both in private business. You just have to keep digging in. As long as you know what you want to do and you have the plan, you have a few rock, that you have to face. There's the turbulence, they say, yeah, but you just roll with the punches. But about giving up, I think I have so much responsibilities from youth to want to give up. Like I told you earlier, I have to be in charge of 11 kids who have no father, who have different mothers, and my mother was not here either. So you understand the politics of polygamy, especially when your mother is not around. So, and you have to be the head. So you learn quick, and you learn to maneuver. You learn to play internal politics and make sure everything is right. At the end of the day, the end justifies the means. It's what you want to do that matters, and how you want to carry them that matters. You focus on that, and you go with it. You go with the run for it, probably, to actually get successful. Yes, everybody have issues, but about giving up, I think is one of those things that keep picking up against not to give up.
I know there's a game of ball coming up with people in the street. So by the time you're saying it's go back, what are the things you are putting the way that giving the kind of the
Like I said, if you can put in the templates, whoever is coming will have to understand why those templates were actually put in. And I'm hoping that they will have the same kind of drive that we have to actually sustain those templates. This office, we met it the way we met it. We're just trying to add value to it. I don't know, maybe our understanding on the outside, or what we perceive was on the outside. But we just try to improve in agriculture. We try to get it closer to the people. We design land banking to bring agriculture to the communities, Instead of using the forest, we give the forest a break. We go to communities, take their land, bring investors to their land, because you can see purpose growth in those communities, which the companies are close to them. They can employ people directly in the communities. I hope those will continue, and I sincerely wish before we leave, we will be able to set up the zones for the tractors, and we'll be able to have the proper village cities in all the senatorial districts. Even if it's 5,000 acres, we can start the cultivation, the processing, packaging, and selling to our people and outside our area as well. I feel if we can put those templates down properly and rooted, whoever is coming here will have no choice, because we'll be working, and they would like to continue to make sure that the progress continues.
This is Real African Stories.